As I go through a lot of these videos, I'm just going to do a lot of educational stuff, just more on especially Olympic lifting. I'll eventually break down some programming, how I program things. I'll go through technical cleans, lifts, pulls, different little small cues that a lot of people don't realize. This is just something that I've studied really hard, especially the last 4 or 5 years of being in college athletics and just going down the rabbit hole of learning a bunch of stuff. So really excited to share with you guys, and just really excited to just film the journey. I'm going for a big clean here in a couple months, probably 2 to 3 months. Really getting back into it. I'll break down some diet stuff as well, because when you go through a lot of Olympic lifting, there's a lot of calories, carbs, different ways to hydrate, especially supplements to use, collagen. But I'll get through all that good stuff too. But this is just the beginning. So head to the gym now. Feel really good today. Got some decent sleep last night. Got a little pre-workout in, and then we're gonna get after this workout. Gorgeous day. We are walking in the gym. Boom. Rack right over there. Gotta put my stuff down. Let's get to work. All right, so my warm-up looks different from a lot of people's. I do a body weight kind of just roller. I call it rolling around. I actually get a foam roll put under my hips, get my hips nice and loose, and then I'll go through 3 to 5 exercises, probably 3 rounds a piece. They look different, but this is what works for me. It's going to look different for everybody, but this ultimately is what works for me. And I got to get a lot of synovial fluid flowing through my joints, especially my knees. Got to get my hips loose, got to get my ankles moving. And one thing about the warm-ups is I always choose something that supports the main movement. So today we have clean and we have a front squat. So I need something with power. I need something that's going to support the squat. So I'm probably going to do a kettlebell swing with a kettlebell eccentric squat. Just get everything flowing, get everything going nice and easy. But we're going to roll through this warm-up real quick. And then we got some technical cleans, which I'll explain that a little bit. But let's get rolling. This is one of my favorite things to do. I always just take my shoes off. I don't know, something about it. It's like taking your shoes off and grounding before a workout. I don't know why, but it feels good. So I put this foam roll, put it right under my hips, and I'll just lean back with it. I just kind of relax, really just breathe, let my hips loosen up. I'll do some 90-90s on this, really kind of touch that glute, really get the glute med going, find a couple hot spots, get that trigger point going. Yeah, my back's tight today. Did a lot of glute work yesterday for an accessory. Put the legs up. We'll go 5 each side. I like having the foam roll elevating my hips so I can get a little stretch in the hip flexor here. We'll go 5 each side. So we'll go there. And what I'll do is I'll go down, out, back up. Really work on that joint. And I'll do 1 round of this. And really, this is kind of optional, but this is just what helps me. Gets my lower back going. Really loosens up my hips. And the last thing I'll do is I'll kind of get in that glute bridge position, hands behind the hamstring. I'll do some extensions. Really tuck that toe towards your shin. Drive it all the way. I lost count here. I think that's 10. We'll get 10 more on this side. And then what I'll do, move the foam roll. I'm going to do some leg swings here. Really loosen up the back, so arms out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing, same concept now. We're really getting that hamstring activated and stretched. We'll go side to side. Oh, my back's popping. And then what I'll do is I'll go straight into 5 glute bridges each side. Just really squeeze. And all this is just kind of a pre-activation to the warm-up here. Just so I can get the heart rate up a little bit, really get blood flowing. Go from here, I'll pop up, and I'll go straight into like a 90-90 circuit. So I'm here, squeeze the hands, knee down, boom. I'll go 5 each side. From there, I'll end, and I want to drive that knee out. Get a little external rotation. Go 5 each side there. Flip it around. 5 more. Do a little internal. Really squeeze that glute med. 5 more. Boom. And that's kind of how I really start a lot of my lifts. Just moving, getting the body loose, getting the lower back loose. And then now we got our kettlebell, we got our band, do some TKEs. And I'll go over there and do some glute ham. And that's kind of that body weight series part. I'll start getting dressed. And what I'll do is I'll put my knee sleeves up to just over my calves and then get my shoes on. And I'll go through a little kettlebell series. Now we're really going to get some blood flowing, really get activated before I even touch a barbell. This is that part where it's like it's game day. And like you're putting your cleats on, you're putting your pads on. This is that part that like really gets me going. Very underrated part where it's like the mind's just getting right, getting dressed, getting equipped. Got to go out, hit the field. This time, it's not really the field. Just getting ready for the weight room. I'm not a big music guy. I don't like music for my lifts. Only, I will say, if I'm going for a heavy lift, we'll talk some music. But I don't like that. I like the silence of just working by myself. Nobody in here watching. What's up? Oh, it's literally just facing the rack. So okay. Oh boy. What do you got today? Oh no. Oh. So did you like really? That's bad. See, mine's the opposite. Mine like don't even like when I get in the snatch position, mine can't even lock. They just like they get here. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, because I'm stiff in the shoulder and elbow, so like some of that overhead stuff, I'm like, eh. No doubt, no doubt. All right, so now going into the meat portion of the warm-up here. Get a little bit of chalk. Again, just kind of puts me in the right mindset. All right. So here's kind of always the first thing that I'll start off with. Regular kettlebell swings. We're just going to go 5. Boom. Hinge. Squeeze glutes to the top. All right. Bring the feet in just a little bit. I'll do some 5 eccentric squats. So I'll hold it here like a front squat position. Or just slow on the way down. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my last one, I'll sit down there chest tall. Really push the knee out. Lean 10 seconds, probably a little left. And I'll switch. Go 10 seconds there. I really keep the heel flat, chest tall. I love this mobility, just getting warmed up. Really getting the hips, especially loose. Somebody catching cleans in the hole. Really got to emphasize getting down there. Boom. So that's exercise number 1. Second one I really like to do, especially I've realized my glute meds are a little bit weak and I fire up my core. Let's go side plank with a leg lift. So we'll go 10 each side. So side plank, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle aligned. Boom, raise. Super nice and easy. We'll go 10 each side here. right, next thing I'll do is I'll do probably a set of 30 Van TKEs. Super simple. This really just gets my quads firing because my knees will start to hurt. But I just want to be here, toe to heel, my right foot forward, left toes back, and all I want to do is push the heel to the ground, squeeze the quad. Push the heel to the ground, squeeze the quad. And this part kind of takes a while, but quad's going to start burning, which is good. It's exactly what I want. Really want the quad activated. Boom. Good. Switch legs. Same concept right behind the knee. It's weird because my left quad is so much weaker than my right. So my right one gets way more juiced than my left one will. My left one won't get as juiced, my right one will get just torched. I lost count. We'll go 10 more. Perfect. And the last thing I'll do, sorry, 2 more things I'll do, but we'll go band. This one's super easy. I do it really just get that glute and hip activated. So a lot of people do fire hydrants on all fours. I like to go knees off the ground and really get my core activated. Boom. Now, if this is a challenge for you and you can't stay still and stabilize your core, go knees on the ground. It'll be so much easier for you. Yep, so that's kind of more an advanced version. Knees on the ground is a little bit simpler. And really just pushing out, open up that hip. But I like to go knees off to really blow my core up. And then last thing I'll do is I'll do a set of 10 on the GHD or GHR machine. And then that's kind of it. I'll do 3 rounds of this whole thing and then we'll get started. I'd usually do an empty bar complex, 5 RDLs, 5 hang cleans, 5 front squats, and I'll put 135 on. And then here we go. We'll throw the sleeves on, and then all you gotta do, fold them in half. These things are tight, so you gotta really pull them up. And they also don't smell great because I haven't washed them in a week, so that's really fun. All right. Grab a little chalk. Really get the thumbs going for a hook grip. I don't have tape, so I really got to chalk my thumbs up. But here, first set. Just gonna go 3 powers, 3 front squats, and I'll probably drop a couple down low. Foot placement, eccentrics. 1, 2, 3, boom. So since today's really technical, we'll go straight into probably 3 drops. So full catch here. Just working on technique, get quick under it. And that's set 1. Thumb's already bleeding, that's awesome. So set 1, super quick, super light, nothing crazy. Really just kind of get in the habit, get some pop to me, getting some twitch going, and then Let's see, it's supposed to be 3 sets of 3 this week. Last week I was at 225, so I'll probably go 3 sets of 3 at 245, which puts me around 62%. So 3x3 on that. And I'll probably go 5x3 on the speed front squat. And then we'll do a little accessory work, and that'll be it. But this is what takes the most, because it takes a lot of time. I like to rest, unless I'm doing a CrossFit workout, obviously, and it's full throttle. But for this especially, I am very focused on technique, very focused on getting the rhythm, shaking off the rust, foot placement, getting vertical, extending, elbows up tall, chest up tall, a lot of different cues. As I go through this, I'll try to throw some of those cues in there, just things to recognize. All right, set 1. So pause. I'm gonna do one more warm-up set. I'm gonna do 1 rep at 225. Just feel it, feel the body movement. Really just feel that catch at the bottom, and I'll throw a 10 on. Get started. Here's my little warm-up set. Really working on foot placement here. Getting extended, foot placement, speed under the bar. Speed vertical, speed under the bar. I'm gonna film 2 working sets with this. Really break down some technique here. And then my last set, I'm gonna flip the phone the other way and do 1 for Instagram. So, but just really working through these 2 sets here. A lot of time between, because it's a high CNS demand, high phosphagen system right here. So really letting the levels calm back down, and then getting back to the next set. So here we go. So I'm gonna go 3 reps. Really, the main thing is consistency. Every rep, over and over, is consistent, which is why it's at a lighter weight. Typically, when you go heavier, you're more likely to collapse, have room for air. But if I can dominate the consistency level, every single rep being the same at this weight, I know it's going to make it easier once I get that 77, 80, 82% for doubles and triples. So get vertical, really extending. Not bad. Left foot kind of got outside. Left toe got outside. Toes got to be the same. A little bit better. Still feel that toe kind of pointing out a little bit. 1 more. Get vertical. Get vertical. That was way better. Last rep was way better. So I know a lot of y'all probably come on here thought I was going to talk about this big lift, but we're also going to talk about Jesus too. So here's actually my book. I just published it. It's on Amazon. Type in Marshall Heilemann or spiritual conditioning, and this book will come up. But today, I'm not going to go through the chapters, but I'm just going to talk, through the book, what it is, and then as each day continues that I train and put a video out there, what I'll do is I'll break down these chapters, and we'll go through these chapters together, and I'll tell you what it's all about. So I wrote this when I was at Boise, Idaho, at Boise State. Got my shirt on, and I was very convicted because I conditioned myself physically, I conditioned myself mentally, but I never did it spiritually. When you think, what is spiritual conditioning? It's the process of sanctification, which is the process of becoming like Christ. And a lot of us are so caught up in the world, I know I was at one point, of just being broken, miserable, chasing wrong things, chasing status, chasing idols, idolizing, weights, idolizing my performance, idolizing relationships, idolizing jobs, idolizing significance. And I was caught up in that. And the Lord really humbled me. And I'll never forget it. I was walking down the aisle of the weight room at Boise State, and I felt the Lord tell me, Marshall, I want you to write a book, and it's going to be about conditioning yourself spiritually. It's going to be 21 days, 21 different topics, and 21 different convicting topics, all about conditioning your spirit, like humble me, search me, reveal to me, obedience, understanding obedience, consistency requires obedience, having God send us, seek first his kingdom, and all these things of what does it really mean to condition yourself spiritually. That's why I wrote this book. The link should be on my bio. If not, type in spiritual conditioning on Amazon, and this book will come up by Marshall Heilemann. But it's doing numbers right now. I got really big dreams for it. One of my dreams is that every single college football team in America, every coach will get one of these. So God's doing cool things right now. In between each set, what I'll do is I'll talk a little bit more about it. Set 2 coming up. Took about 3 minutes of rest there, letting the heart rate come down a little bit, off the thumbs here. All right, same thing. Consistency. Every rep's got to be the same. Every rep's got to be the same. Really dropping low. Foot placement. So as I'm coming off the ground, all right, my feet need to replace. So I'm not just toes up and heels down, toes up, heels down. I really got to practice that foot stomp of getting vertical and boom, replacing the feet. So that way I have a base when I land. All right, here we go. Same thing, 3 reps. Consistency, 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 rep after rep. Foot placement, stand tall, elbows up tall. Core tight when I get to the bottom. I think a lot of guys, what will happen is they relax their core. And this is why I don't like wearing a belt, especially at lighter weights. So that way my core can feel that contact at the bottom. And I could practice bracing. So that way I can stay up tall, keep the chest tall. So we got 3 reps. 3 reps. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Really work on getting vertical. A little bit better. Left wrist kind of slipped on that one. Not bad, not bad. Felt a little slow on the way up. That's where the speed front squat really comes in, of really being able to get down there, chest tall, boom, shoot up. So a little slow on some of those rises, but we'll correct that on the front squat. That's set 2. Do a little rest, and we'll do set 3. All right, just more on the story of this book and everything. But I think as Christians, we are called to be Christ-like, and part of becoming like Christ is that sanctification process of going through death to self. And I'm not anti-self-help book, but if self is the problem, self can't be the solution. And the solution we need is Jesus. The goal of our life is not behavior modification. It is truly submission to the Lord and obedience to Him. Right? We're not called to self-help. We're called to die to self. And that's what this is all about. It's really the same case process. I'll go ahead and give you the chapter rundown. So I tie strength conditioning modules into it and purposes into it. So the first phase is called the preparation phase. So all about being prepared for really like in physical fitness. When you're in that preparation phase, it's basic stuff, basic movements, body weight movements, light stuff. How is that tied to spiritually? Well, prayers and getting in your word. So every day is consistent. Search me, humble me part 1, humble me part 2. Reveal to me part 1, reveal to me part 2. Disturb me and teach me. And this is all about praying hard and dangerous prayers, really praying for God to expose our sin and flaws so that we can see it, recognize it, and become like Christ. And that's really phase 1. That's that first 7 days. That's that first week is praying all hard prayers. None of these prayers are selfish. They're all very selfless prayers, and they're all prayers that we need. Prayer is not designed for us. It is designed for us to literally die to self and become like Him. So if you're praying selfish prayers, all about your money, all about your goals, you're wrong. It says, I think people get the misconception of what it means to pray to the Lord. And it says, people see the verse thrown around in Luke and Matthew and John of ask anything in my name and it will come to you. Well, when God says anything in my name, it will come to you. He's not talking about just pray, in Jesus' name, amen. That's false. He is talking about in His name, meaning His will, His purpose for your life, and what He wants. That is what it means to pray in His name. So if you're praying, hey God, I need money, I'm asking for a Porsche 911 in Jesus' name, you're wrong. It is about saying, Lord, I'm asking for this job promotion, but God, I pray that that this door opens so that I can be a leader for you, that I can be that I can steward this well and have the discipline to steward it well and the wisdom to multiply it amongst your kingdom. That's a selfless prayer. Selfish prayer would be, God, I want this job, Lord, I need more money. God don't care about your money. He cares about how we're going to glorify Him. But that is really the preparation phase basis. So now we're going to go into set 3. I'm actually going to film this next set for Instagram, so I won't have this next set filmed. It'll be on my Instagram, though, at Spiritual Conditioning. and then we'll go into our front squat series. 3x3 clean pull, really working on speed off the ground, really getting vertical, especially right after hip contact, being able to overextend, get vertical through the roof. So this is not heavy. I'm only on week 2. So really kind of going up 20 pounds each week. I'm really starting at 45, 50% last week, 55, 60 this week. I'll touch probably 60, 65 the following week. And then we'll crank it up, hit those 75, 77s. So still getting back into it. These next 2 weeks are crucial. This week and next week, just working on that development, working on getting that routine back, that rhythm back, especially in these pulls here. Your pull is crucial. If you're any cues that are wrong in your pull is where your cold clean can get messed up. So really emphasize getting vertical. Your eyes have to be up. Eyes have to be up. If you're looking at the ground like a deadlift, you're not going to extend all the way. My eyes got to be up. I really want to emphasize getting through the roof here. So I leaned a little forward on that one. I want to get through the roof, extend through the roof, through the roof. There we go. That was better. That was better. That was better. There we go. That was a good set. That was a good set. Yep, so we have 3 sets there. Nice and easy, getting vertical. But now, talk about the second phase of the book. So talk about the intensification phase. So now, once you do the preparation phase, strength conditioning, and you build a foundation, now we got to go through a little more. The intensity you got to pick up. All right, the volume goes down, the intensity picks up. So intensity in the spiritual side of things can be understanding obedience. Maturity requires obedience. Obedience requires consistency. And I break down a lot of just valuable information on the consistency part of what it means to consistently follow Christ. And we have spiritual discernment, which is all about being able to discern what is right and wrong, good and evil. Then we have how can I hear more from God, which a lot of people always have these, so I'm not hearing from God. Well, you're as close to God as you choose to be. God's always speaking, but are you always listening? And we have seek first. It's all about seeking first kingdom. And we have spiritual growth and hunger, which is also one of my favorite chapters. And that's the intensification phase. All about just a steady state of really just growing in Christ and knowing Him and knowing who He is. But really, really passionate about it. Really excited to see, what God does with this book and, what He does. He's doing an awesome thing, and it's not mine; it's His. I'm just the steward and the vessel of it, and it's all His work, and I'm really excited to see what He does through this. So here we go. We're gonna chalk up again, crank out 3 more reps here. All right, this is where that fatigue piece really gets crucial because you're going to start getting tired, but the form has to stay the same. Form's got to stay the same. Form can't break. Have to work on getting vertical. All right, I really, as soon as I hit contact, I want to extend and get here. My first rep on that last one, I went here and I came forward. I want to extend and get vertical so that way when I go to catch my feet, I'm already there and I'm ready. So we go 3 reps, 3 reps, clean reps, clean reps. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Not bad. That last one, you noticed that my eyes were down, which is a no-go, big no-no. Eyes were down on that one. So we'll load that back up. We'll go 1 more set. And then it's not about being heavy. I could easily, bite off more than I can chew and throw 365 on here and try to live as much as possible. But 1, I haven't been training like that. And 2, there's no point. Like, I'm not in that conditioner space to do that. That's kind of an ego thing. Sure, I can be feeling great, but I'd rather stay at this low level these first 3 to 4 weeks and really move this stuff fast, get the rhythm back, get the technique back, work on those little cues, and go from there. All right. We got one more chapter, one more phase of this book called the peaking phase. And the peaking phase strength conditioning is all about getting ready for game day, all about getting ready for PRs in the weight room. It's all about being ready for action. Well, in the spiritual world, it's about getting ready to be sent to be a disciple. So these, I took a lot from Luke, and the first chapter is called Pick Up Your Cross. The second one is Deny Yourself, which is a fun one, so it's very convicting. Third one's Follow Him. Fourth one is Quit Your Flesh Today. The next one is Quit Your Dreams Tomorrow. Then we have Walking in Purpose, and the last chapter is called Send Me. And in the very end, I have a conclusion, which kind of breaks down, the overall purpose of the book, why I wrote the book, and just, a good word of encouragement to send you out, into the world to go be a disciple. That's what it's all about. Any job you have, it is not about you. It's about being a disciple. Do you know Christ, and do you make Christ known? That's what it's all about. All right. So here we go. We got one more set here. One more set and we're done. All right, technique stays the same, standing stays the same. Finish this set strong, finish this set strong. Technique's got to be consistent. All right, so notice how I tuck my wrist down, eyes up, boom. There it was. That was smooth. I like that one. Do it again. Boom. Yo. Knuckles down. Eyes up. Boom. There we go. That was the best set. Best set right there. All right. We'll break this down. Go back to 225. Actually, we'll go to 245. I'll put this up here, and we'll speed front squat here. But now we're going to go same weight we did the clean. We're going to go, I think it's 4. Last week we went 3x3. This week we're going to go 4x3 speed front. So we center on the weight down, stay tall, as soon as we get down, boom, explode up. So this is super not heavy. This will probably never go above 77%. This is never going to get that heavy. It's all about that speed, strength range, the strength, speed range. I don't have a Tendo, but eventually I will try to get some type of measuring metric to show you kind of where you want that gauge to be. I'm going to do a little more research that way. And on one video here soon, I'm going to break down all of the speed metrics of a lot of these velocity-based training methods, and I'll provide some information on that, because for everybody it's different, especially if you're going to have a speed day on squat or front squat, especially preparing for the clean. It's good that you want to hit certain numbers. You can also track fatigue, but I'll explain more about that when I get into that video series. Here we go. First set, 3 reps, nice and easy. See, not heavy, but you want to be fast, staying tight, keeping the elbows up. Because when you get down there and you catch a clean in the hole, it's boom, you want to be right back up. So being able to hold that position down there at the bottom, boom. I'm trying to avoid a ricochet at the bottom. I know it may look like it, but I'm really trying to avoid that, getting all the way down to here, and then boom, relying on a rebound. I'm trying really to make it just before the rebound, and then boom, shoot back up. That's set 1. This will move quick. This is not designed to have a lot of rest. This is going to be kind of that repeated reps over and over and over again. This will probably take 60 to 90 seconds in between these sets here. So this will go by pretty quick. A lot of it's just being able to do it over and over and over and over again. And this is why it's good to use a speed metric. As you can see, if that rep and that all these sets are consistent. It's hard to do that going off the dome and off feel. But if I have a metric, I have a number, I'm hitting, 0.90, 0.90, 0.90, and then 3 sets later, I'm 0.82, 0.83, 0.81. Like, I'm losing velocity there. And usually that's when you stop. But like I said, I'll make a whole video on that and that style of training. But right now, it's just consistency. that was set 1. We'll go 4 total here. Here we go. Stay tall, stay tall, stay tall. Overall, not bad. Feels good. I definitely noticed at the bottom of a couple of them, my elbows will slightly dip. I think it's just the speed. But I want to be so controlled that when I get to the bottom of these, that when I get to ready to go up, I'm not going here to go up. I want it to flow all one motion. A lot of times the guys get down here and they'll do that. That's creating bad habits. I want to be here, vertical, 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 boom. Elbows, torso, everything stays the same posture. I don't want to collapse. I don't want to try to get too vertical. I want to stay the same the whole way up and down on these squats here. And it's going to be really fun to come back and look at in a couple years. I mean, even a couple months. Say I get, see how far the videos come. I don't know, this video may get like 3 views. Who cares? But, it's never about views, never about trying to have this massive audience or following or status. It's just about helping other people and genuinely trying to lead people to Christ and help a lot of other people and stuff like this and their goals, even in weightlifting, even basic stuff. Even if you don't want to do weightlifting, but you want to practice front squat, right? Basic little cues, even deadlifts, clean pulls, accessory stuff. Give people free value. Never gatekeep. I'm anti-gatekeeping. I hate gatekeeping. Man, just give stuff away for free. Give it away. Like, the world needs it. The more you give away, the more people are going to want to work with you. The more you gatekeep, people are going to think you're arrogant, ignorant, and that you're hiding something. All right? I can't trust you if you gatekeep. But if you tell me and you give stuff away, I'll trust you. All right, here we go. Set 3. Set 3. Set 3. Same thing. Same speed. Same technique. Same speed, same technique. Ironically, that felt like my best set. Felt good, core stayed tight, elbows stayed up. That was exactly what I wanted. Oh, microphone's kind of blinking red here. Maybe about to die soon. All right, like I said, 4 sets. A little bit of rest. Go 1 more. We'll hammer some accessories. I'm going to do an iso lunge. I'm going to do some glute ham, some back extension. I might do some adductor work, but I'm going to change this mic real quick. That way, in case it dies, I'm not missing anything. 1 more set. Same speed, same consistency right here. Last set. Last set. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. Chest tall. Chest tall. I self-talk to myself all the time. Chest tall. Chest tall. Wasn't the best set, but first rep wasn't bad. Second rep kind of collapsed. Third rep, speed wasn't there. So that's a good call. Right at 4 sets is where I want to be. I was 3 last week. Next week we'll go to 5. So that's exactly where I want to be. It's that 4th set, a little bit of fatigue. Next week we'll be at 5 by 3, and then we'll go from there. So next week that 4th set should hit good, and that 5th set probably show a little bit of fatigue. But now we'll break this down and then go do some accessory work. All right, so unfortunately my microphone died, so you're not gonna be able to hear me talk, but my last 3 things I'm gonna do is gonna be 2 sets. I got 2 by 15 back extension. I got 2x10 eccentric split squat. I'm gonna go front foot elevated using probably kettlebells. I'm gonna go 2x15 seconds each Copenhagen plank, and that's gonna be it. If I don't end up filming that, I apologize, but I will get that the next workout. My mic died, I can't really talk through it, but that's kind of what I have to end. I'll make a video as soon as this workout's over, going out, just kind of recapping everything. But I'll film this set, and then we'll film on the way out. So, grab this. Gorgeous day here in Tampa. Workout was okay. I give it a 6. Just a lot of technical stuff I still got to work on. You know, it's going to be fun to look back here in a couple of years, or a couple months or weeks or whatever, and just look at the video quality. You know, it's my first video, and it's ugly. It's not cute. I don't have a lot of money to pay somebody to help me do this. It's just raw. This is me unedited, and I'm really excited to just continue this series. If you have any questions, shoot me a message. Follow me on Instagram at Spiritual Conditioning, or email me at marshall@spiritualconditioning.info. Any questions, anything you have, video series you want me to do, I definitely will. There might be 3 people to watch this, might be none. There might be 100, who cares? You know, I'm just putting this stuff out there, and I'm hoping that at least people get, you know, good information, and, you know, they also, you know, get to see, you know, Jesus in the process. So that's day 1. Probably do 1 to 2 a week. And then if you need any more information, I'll do some breakdowns on my Instagram page at Spiritual Conditioning. But that's day 1, and really excited to keep this thing rolling.